Do you or anyone you know have a mental illness that needs a medicine? Does the medicine give you unwanted symptoms that you really just didn't ask for? Good afternoon, class. My name is Tiona Hopkins, and I will be talking to you today about why natural remedies are better to treat a mental illness. As a psych major, I've come across so many people that do have mental illnesses, but the medicine that they are prescribed just doesn't do the right trick or just doesn't do what they are naturally supposed to do. As for college students, we are one of the most heightened people to actually get anxiety or depression. And according to a lot of us, we do like to depend on more of a pharmaceutical or an actual like alcoholic beverage, cannabis, to depend and cope with our stress. Psychologists are trying their best to actually push the fact that natural remedies are better for your mental illness because pharmaceuticals just don't really stop everything that's going on for you. They don't cure you. They only treat you. Today I would like to talk to you more about the problems of pharmaceuticals. What is the best ways of a natural remedy for any type of disorder that you do have or anyone that you may know? And lastly, the benefits of it. But first, let me get into why there are issues and what the issues are. People all over the world need to know what they are signing up for when they are getting these pharmaceuticals. The problem really is that psychiatrists just don't really even think about asking you about what you want to do or let you know what you can do to help yourself. They automatically jump into a pharmaceutical. Anything that you want to do that does help, they'll tell you, oh yeah, that's easy. You can do that, but I really think that you should take diazepam. No, that is not the right way. Pharmaceuticals just don't do as much as what they're really intended to do. For example, it also pushes out physical problems, such as antidepressants. Antidepressants can actually really lead into constant vomiting. When you do have any type of other physical disorder, such as diabetes, they can really put your pancreas into more of a failure than it already is. Besides your pancreas, your muscles, it can start eating away. And that is honestly not something that someone had signed up for. They have signed up to something to trigger their serotonin or their dopamine. The importance of all of this is that the natural way is the healthier way. Besides doing so, taking medicinal drugs such as Valium, these things are gateways to opening up to more than just alcohol or cigarettes. These things are gateways to taking more things that are pain-free, things that do take away your pain, things that do take away your stress. But then what does that leave you? A drug addict. And that's something that not people want to be in life. That's not something that we want to do. According to NIDA at drugs.gov, they have done a research that people with anxiety or depression are 40% more likely to be on a drug addiction just because of the pharmaceuticals that they are prescribed. Besides being prescribed those pharmaceuticals, maybe the people that even don't take the pharmaceuticals, they're just looking for a way to get away the pain. And as for people with anxiety and depression, that's the first thing that they will turn to. All of this can be affected by just one simple thing. All of us can really be a big solution to ourselves besides waiting on someone to let us know what we should take numerous times a day to numerous times a week. That probably doesn't even really help our mental problems. As of these two doctors that have researched pharmaceuticals, they actually, some of them do give you brain problems. Some of them take away your neurotransmitters. It makes you forget things. Symptoms like that are just really uncalled for. If you're just focusing on one certain thing, it shouldn't have to trigger another. I'm sure we can all see the problems to why pharmaceuticals are just not the best way to go. But now I want to let you know more natural remedies and how they are really beneficial. When speaking to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, always ask them, hey, what can I do for myself to treat myself instead of jumping to the pills first? Let me try something out. They will honestly tell you to probably exercise. Exercise is really good for 3 mental illnesses: ADHD, depression, and anxiety. For anxiety, exercise will actually make you focus more often on one certain thing at a time instead of being so rapidly all over the place and panicking. For depression, it takes your mind off of all the negatives that is going on. And then for ADHD, keeping your body active and wearing yourself out, not in the negative way, but keeping yourself healthy and balanced is the right way to go for ADHD. So, besides that, it would be to get some rays of sunshine. From depression, you should definitely go outside and get a breath of fresh air. Depression lags on you. That's something that a lot of people have to deal with on a daily basis, and just getting that breath of fresh air to really suck it all in and like think about things, it actually really does help. I would recommend do these 3 to 4 days out of the week, because you don't need to do them every day. You don't need to do them like every hour's in, you need to focus on stuff. You don't have to do that. You can literally just do it on your time. Keep yourself healthy. Step 1 to doing this, honestly, would be to address your problems. When you're addressing your situation, you live up to what you can and what you cannot do, and how you can fix it. Besides that, when you do own up to what you're doing and what your problem is, then start figuring out, well, look, I have this, I have that. Let me figure out now what can I do to prosper even further. Try eating healthier. Try picking up a few courses that will take your mind off things, or even as a schizophrenic, do things that make you happy. Don't pay attention to what's going on. These all mental issues, they are actually really mental ways that you can get over them. Now, finally, the benefits of it all. As soon as you live up to the mental illness you live and deal with, just imagine yourself one day you're going to a doctor's office and they tell you that you are diagnosed with a mental illness. They automatically tell you that you need to take a medicinal drug to cure yourself. Not even cure, treat yourself. But as soon as you take these pills, days on end, you start to feel really weird. Symptoms just occurring that you're not looking for. Now you just don't know what to do. From that point on, now your consequence of this is that now you're stuck with these symptoms. Now you're trying to get your way out when you really can't, because your body is now consuming this and you don't know any other way to do so. Clearly, from what I've told you, natural is the better way to go. Today, I've expressed 3 things to you. that there are issues to this, the ways of doing it, and now the benefits of it. As for my colleagues sitting in this classroom right now, if you do have a mental illness or anyone that you do know, take these words into consideration and start figuring out more natural remedies for yourself so that you don't have to go through the trouble of taking any pharmaceutical. As for the rest of the world, I hope that they do understand and that the psychologists do get out there to let them know that there's hope. And lastly, spread the word, and that's all. Thank you. My name is Tiona Hopkins. Have a good evening.